Alright, so we are taking the scenic route up towards Capitol Reef National Park because it's the difference of 2 hours and it goes through some really pretty areas, so why not? What's our rush? But when we were turning from the 191 south onto the 95 north, it had a sign that there's no services for the next 121 miles, so we just stopped, got some snacks, made sure we filled up on gas because you never want to not have enough gas. Enjoy the views.
Hi, we're Chris and Tracy, and this is our van, Helen of Troyvado. We bought Helen last year during COVID after all of our international trips were going down the cancellation pathway. Being in the healthcare industry, we were still tied to our full-time jobs, but really needed to get away. Well, safe to say it's been a lot of fun this last year. We've traveled nearly 25,000 miles in our van and have visited 9 states and 10 national parks. We just hit our 1-year anniversary, or as I like to call it, the Vanniversary, and we've decided what better way to celebrate than bringing you along for the ride. So we've decided to document the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you like what you see, go ahead and click subscribe to follow along on our part-time van life journey.
Anytime there's an opportunity to take the scenic byway,
always take the scenic byway.
It's always a good idea.
Always, always, always.
Has never steered us wrong yet. And that's how you know we spend way too much time together. Release the Kraken! Our scenic viewpoint is their potty break. Wow. This is gorgeous. He's so lazy, he can't get out of the van because he doesn't have his shoes on. Can't put his slippers on, so he sent me out here to read him the plaque. Oh, slippers, that's a good idea. I mean, what is this? Come on. Jeez, what am I working with here? From the early Mormon settlers. And that's what I'll tell him. And he'll come out and read the whole thing himself. It says, yeah, you stopped being lazy. Oh. It's a hard knock life.
So sorry.
It's an early Mormon cabin, and they had 13 kids.
13 kids?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That kid's like, how many of us are there? We're on the scenic drive of Highway 24. Which goes through the park.
It's part of a highway. I don't think they have check in and out. I think you got to register at the visitor center.
Well, if you go on the scenic drive, which is a separate area of the drive.
No, this is through the park.
This is through the park, but then there's also a separate part that you pay for that's the scenic drive. Where the campsite is.
Yeah, well, yes, okay. The fee area.
Yes. But it's, no, there's a scenic drive.
There's a scenic drive?
Yes.
We're on the scenic drive.
No, there's 2 scenic drives.
There's another scenic drive?
There's another scenic drive.
Holy moly.
I know.
That's why the terminology was getting a little confused.
It's shenanigans. This is a scenic drive we're going across. It's the highway Then there's this, which is the Scenic Drive also, that's in the park that you have to pay the fee for. I was not talking to you, sir. I was telling our watchers. Yes, this is the Navajo Dome. And it was shaped that way from wind and water erosion. Very cool. Very pretty. Yeah, early in the morning or late in the day are always good times to come through the parks because everyone comes in the middle of the day when it's hottest.
Temperature's much better.
Way better. It's so much cooler right now.
And you have like nobody here.
You get down.
But I wouldn't know.
You get down.
Kim on potato.
It's kind of hard to see. They're like right here.
They said that chip part fell and there was more on it.
Oh.
So here's what it looked like.
So it's just to the left and the right of the chipped part. Doesn't look like a stamp pad is out. So there's BLM land. We saw someone that we passed. 8 to 4:30.
There you go.
Capitol Reef. Got a map. I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow to get your stamp.
There's about 6.
Okay, so the campground is full, but there's some BLM area to the east and the west and the south, kind of all around surrounding the park. So right now we're doing the little Scenic Drive. It's like 10 miles each way. We're gonna go do that and then find some BLM area to go camping for the night. That way in the morning we can come back to the visitor center and Chris can get his passport stamped.
Stamp it. I think that's the blacksmith shop over there.
There's the campground. It does not look full.
It doesn't, but it also could.
So this part is the part that is the paid fee area. Since we have the National Park Pass, we don't need to pay the fee. If you're here, it's after hours, there's envelopes for you. So it's 10 miles each way of the scenic route. I love the color, how it has that like green stripe in the middle. It's like, bam, belt.
It's different rocks layers.
I know, it looks like a belt. I feel like I'm on Mars. This would not be fun in the day with all the traffic.
Oh, it would be terrible with tons of people coming back.
Yeah, this is not very wide.
No, it's like barely bigger than a one lane.
One vehicle, yeah. I'll show you how narrow these are.
Yeah.
Definitely a good thing to come here after hours.
Ah, road narrows.
What? Is that possible?
The road definitely narrows.
I feel like I'm on like Indiana Jones ride.
Pleasant Creek.
Which I think that one says you need high clearance.
Gotcha.
Capitol Gorge. This is gonna be an unpaved road.
Vehicle length 27 feet. What is that?
Well, that was the end of the scenic route.
Bypass.
On it. This is called the castle. That's where I should be sleeping tonight. Alright, just got into our BLM area for the night. Chris is making some chai. I got the omnia out and we're gonna make some chorizo sausage. Yummy. Chris already couldn't wait.
No.
Had to help himself.
I was hungry.
Needs hot sauce.
I'm gonna grab some.
It's delicious. That has a lot of flavor.
It does, and then
A ton of flavor. And then we have like the onions that we caramelize with butter. So this is our boondocking site from last night. Quite pretty. Beautiful red rock, green trees. And obviously it's a popular site, there's a lot of people around. But look at these views. This is part of the views that you see at Capitol Reef with the mesas with the stripes and striations of colors. So we are headed back to the park. Chris wants to get the stamp for his passport. And then in doing a little bit of research last night, we saw that they have a homestead there. I think it's Gillford Homestead, which has amazing mini pies, which they open up on Pie Day every year and go through October. So we're gonna go get some mini pies, and apparently they have other treats like scones and cinnamon rolls and that kind of stuff, so we'll probably grab something for breakfast. Can't stay too long, unfortunately, because we have a 10-hour drive home, and I work tomorrow. Listos? Pie time? We might even be able to get a cinnamon roll. I heard they sell out fairly early, but...
I love wildlife. Look at the spots on the booties.
We have success. We got apple pie, mixed berry pie, and we were here early enough. We got here about 15 minutes after they opened, so we got one of their giant cinnamon rolls that I've heard really good things about. So
Good things.
Good things. Good things.
Good things.
Unlock the door. Stampede! No stampede! Oh, because they're on the chairs. Hello.
So, we have a cinnamon roll, everyone. You may have seen one of these before, may not. They're big, juicy, very good. Have lots of sugary frosting on them. Where'd we get them, do you ask? Capitol Reef National Park has a
Gillford
homestead in it. It's called the Gillford Homestead. You may have heard my trusty sidekick here chime in with that. But they make these amazing cinnamon rolls, and you should see the fruit pies they have as well. It is so, oh my god, good. So we decided to wake up a little early this morning, you know, instead of like sleeping into our normal 3 in the afternoon. We decided to head over to the Gillford house and get some pies and get our stamp.
And you wonder why I always run the camera.
They look so amazing. Ow.
You wonder why I run the camera and do the majority of the narrating. Thanks for watching our trip as we finish up Capitol Reef National Park. Stay tuned to see where we go next. The best way to do that is hit that subscribe button. And always leave a comment and like our video, and thanks for watching.